Lorac Unzipped Gold palette. Just released. So excited about this palette because if you guys have been watching me, I love the Lorac Unzipped Original. It's one of my favorite palettes. It is like a beautiful rose gold palette. So when they came out with a version that was called Gold, I was like, I'm in. This is the same concept, and like the white palettes keeps like changing the colors, so I'm really gonna try and get like accurate swatches. But this is the new palette. As you can see, it's a lot of golds. It has the same concept of, there are the same amount of matte shades as there are in the original, which I really like. A matte highlight, there's a shimmer brow bone highlight, same as in the Unzipped original. And then it has this like quadrant of shimmer shades and then two different transition shades, but this time it's more brown. The other shade, there's the other palette, which I will do a comparison for you so you can see. There are more, these two shades right here, this is like a mauve shade and that's more of a brown shade, and then the last two shades are more burgundy in the original, and this one is a matte deep dark brown, and then a like brown, a deep dark shimmer brown, but this one has like gold flecks in it. So I do have a tutorial coming on the look that I have on right here, which will be up this weekend. So if you're interested in seeing this look, then stay tuned for that. But this video, I'm just gonna swatch the new Unzipped Gold, and then I'm gonna compare it to the original. Both palettes do come with 8 shades, and they do have the exact same setup, also with a mirror, same packaging. This one has the Unzipped and it's gold, and it's a little bit more of a white, and it's like kind of like a satin case, and this one is a yellow, and it says Lorac, and it just has the zipper on it, and it's like a almost like a lacquer gold but still cardboard. So exact same packaging on both as far as width and shape. I don't know if the original Unzipped came with a primer, but this one does come with a primer. I will list the price right here. I believe it's $42, but it might be $46 or $47, but I will list the exact price of it right here. And but it comes with a behind the scenes eyeshadow primer in the Unzipped Gold. I bought mine at Ulta, and they had some pretty slow shipping, not gonna lie. So, but now you can get it in stores. At the time when I purchased mine and ordered it online, it hadn't released in the stores in Ulta yet. And a lot of people got it at IMATS. So this, it's a beauty. But I do have to say, some of the shades are a different consistency. Like these down here are super metallic, as in they remind me of like ColourPop eyeshadows or like cream to powder eyeshadows. You stick your finger in, which you'll see when I swatch it, and it's like this weird consistency that I find applies better with my finger than with a brush. So just for the super metallic shades down here and up here. So anyways, let's just get to swatching. I'm gonna swatch the top row for you and then the bottom row, and then I will do some comparison swatches with this palette. As you can see just already, there aren't very many shades that are similar because they are, even the browns have more of a rose tone. This one even has more of a pink tone than this one does. This is almost like a cooler warm brown. There are no shades when I'm comparing these two palettes that are similar besides this shade right here in the original, and this shade in right here might be sort of similar, but actually no, not really at all. Okay, so let's just get to swatching because I know that's what you guys are here for. So here is the first row of the palette. I'm swatching this shade right here. It is like a matte, just a really nice matte cream color, no shimmer. Honestly, you can't really see it on the skin. It is like a peachy cream color. That one is not as pigmented, but it does show up on my brow bone. So this shade is Undressed. This one is Uninhibited. This shade is almost like a white gold shade. Very, very creamy, beautiful, beautiful shade. This shade right here is almost like a peachy gold shade. It's very, very metallic. Almost reminds me of Rubenesque Paint Pot from MAC. As you can see, the metallic sheen on that, it's so gorgeous. This shade right here is a matte brown shade. in Undeniable. It's almost like a very cool tone matte brown. There is Undeniable right there. And this shade right here is a matte brown, and it is called Unedited. This one is a very deep matte chocolate brown, and that is Unedited. So that is the first row. Okay, this shade right here is a very bright white gold, very extremely pigmented. This is called Unlocked. So when you're comparing the two, that one has more yellow, metallic, very pigmented than this one. This one has a little bit touch more of like a champagne than this one. That's straight up white gold. This shade right here is Unlimited. This is like a true gold shade. That would be what I would consider the true gold shade in the palette. This shade right here is called Unleashed, and it's unbelievable. It is like a metallic, almost like a cream formula. It's right here. It is seriously the most pigmented shade ever. I mean, it's unbelievable how metallic this shade is. It seriously feels like a cream to powder. The shade right here is called Unwind. This is more of a cool tone matte brown. In comparison, you can see how this one's a little bit warmer than this one. And this last shade is a shimmer shade. It has some shimmer in it, and it has a little bit of gold shimmer in it. It's like a chocolatey brown shade. It's called Unafraid with a gold sheen to it. And there that one is right there. So there are all the swatches. You can see that super light one is like a peachy shade almost. Okay, so as you can see, the shades are super duper beautiful, and some of the metallic shades, seriously, they are so buttery smooth that they almost feel like they're cream product. And I know I've said that like probably 10 times. You guys are like, we get it, we get it. It's just a different consistency than the metallic shades in the original palette, although I find these like very buttery, easy to work with because it is one of my favorite palettes. Now, I mean, clearly you can see how this one is more rose-toned rose gold and this one is more gold. But I am going to swatch this palette on my hand and just show the up-close hand swatches. So I'm going to have this one on this hand, and then I'll put this one on this hand, and I'll just show the up-close swatches so that you guys can see how different the swatches are on the hand, and we can see if there are any comparisons. Overall, I think the both palettes are set up the same. They perform the same on the eyes, and it's just another, you know, color variation. So if you're looking for a really great neutral palette, I think this would be a great addition. If you already own this, I think that you won't find that they compete with each other as in like, oh, that you wouldn't even reach for this because you have this. I think you would find that you would use both of them. So anyways, let me get to swatching this and then I'll come back. So as you can see, this is the Unzipped original palette, and then this is the gold. So totally different. The only color that I would say is very, very similar are these shades. This shade right here. In the gold palette, the shade is called Unpredictable, right where my pointer finger is, and in this one it's called Undiscovered. So these shades are a little bit similar, and when I'm saying a little bit, just a little bit, but I don't think enough to say, oh, you don't need the gold palette because of that one shade that's similar. But as you can see, the matte shades are totally different. Like, these are totally different than these two. These are actually a little bit more cool. And then these have like that rose and mauve hint to them. These are more burgundy, as in these are more chocolatey brown. And even the light-ish matte shade is right here. And that one is more of like a pink hue undertone, and this is more of a peach. So, and then the highlights, there are no like white gold highlights in this palette. They're all like rosy tone rose gold shades. So two very, very different palettes, and I think that, like I said, if you really love the Unzipped, you're gonna be extremely excited about the gold. And I think you could get good use out of having both in your collection. I hope that you found this review helpful. If you guys have any questions and I didn't answer them, go ahead and leave them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Mwah.